chat, so, I know what you're thinking. You said the Donkey Kong Bonanza playthrough ended. I did, but I also said I would be making a gold farming guide, so this is what I'm doing now, basically. I need 120,000 gold for whatever Grumpy Kong wants, and I'll, you know, probably just edit that clip into this video once I actually get it. So. But, point is, let's just go over some basic tips for gold farming first, before we go into like my favorite methods. So let's head to Fractone Fort first. Most of these methods are going to be after you complete the game, like main game. Some you can only access in like post-game content, but the very most you should need for any of these methods is the Elephant Bonanza Golden Upgrade. That should really be it, and if you don't have that, I suggest you like find 500 bananas, talk to the Elephant Elder, do that whole thing, actually gain that upgrade, because it's going to make your life a lot easier, but you can do it without it. So, first let's just go over what clothes you want to wear for this. The one I actually found out would actually assist me anyway is this. The gold mining gear. There's no requirement for it other than just to beat the game and head back to the warp gong. Once you get this, also if you want this, just wear this. But once you beat the game, just get this and get out. The helmet really has no significant effect. I haven't found any pants that exactly affect it. Fur never even has an effect. So. Tie, I really haven't bought many ties, but haven't found any. Although, oh yeah, for the boss rush, this is basically a necessity to even complete the first boss. Once you get this, the first boss, you can basically just fight like the regular one. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. That'll be a different video. Yes, we're starting to do actual guides now, so I'm going to try to be as professional as possible versus my playthrough when I was just sort of, you know, being my regular self. You guys tell me which you like better, playthrough or guide. But point is, this is going to be very helpful for gold farming. It'll basically just double all the gold you earn. I just didn't wear it before because, well, it decreases your bonanza time. However, with my personal gold farming methods, that's not really going to be an issue. Also, another tip. You see that plus button that says reset terrain? Let me just make a save point real fast. Which I think is just hitting some sort of checkpoint thingy. Let's just sleep in the bed. So just reset your terrain, and you know, maybe that'll be maybe that'll be overpowered or not so good. See, I put back right here, and all the terrain's been reset back to its natural states. Now in theory, if you have something next to one of these, you can, in theory, infinitely gold farm it just by resetting the terrain. But what's the point in that method? Like, really? Why would you do it? It takes forever, it's tedious, boring, multiple reasons why you probably shouldn't do that method, and instead do other methods I'm going to suggest. So the only golden upgrade I have right now is for the Elephant Bonanza, but that's really all you should really need. Now in theory you don't exactly need it. If you've been to the end of the game, spoilers, at the Planet Corn and New Donk City boss fights, you have infinite Bonanza energy, and the whole thing is basically made out of gold down there. Like, there's so many of these little Bonandium root things. Like, in theory, set a checkpoint there, smash all, suck up all those, do it again. That should be infinite. That's just one of the methods. Actually, let's just demonstrate this right now. We're going to start the entry to the Art of Gold, because that's really where you actually start to see the effect to take place. As you see, there's not necessarily any gold behind us, so let's just swap to this, suck everything up, and you have unlimited timer too, just so we're clear here. Now you don't have unlimited, let's just call it air. Oxygen does run out, and so does your lung power. Just like a small stop and then go right back. That should balance it pretty well, since like there's no recharge necessary or anything. Yeah, the Great Harmony is here, by the way. Somehow when I'm moving the gold, it does have a bit of a tendency to miss you, but it's fine. It's not even really that effective of a miss. If you want to, you can just suck up all the gold, then do your hand slap. But let's be honest. Make maximum use of your elephant while you have it. Well, down here it's infinite, but not in everything. In some areas it's not infinite. So you need to really pay attention to that. Now, of course, you can always just do that, but that doesn't get you as much gold. In fact, I'm already at 73,000 and I've barely even started recording. Okay, might quite literally be able to do all this in the video. With a bit of editing, I may just be able to not even need to record another video. So yeah, it's really that simple of a method. And then even simpler when you consider, you know, what is that guy doing? Sorry. But even simpler when you consider and it's not even much of a challenge, it's just you inhaling stuff. But think about that for a second. It's just you inhaling stuff. I don't actually picture an area where that'd be hard. This works everywhere, but it's much more effective here just because you have infinites. So you won't need to spend those few seconds, few precious seconds, just like recharging, just doing your drum beat again. Also, fun fact. You can fight King K. Rool again here if you want. I don't exactly know why you do that, but If you want to, there you go. It's like the paintings. Now, at some point, it may become very hard for you. So just feel free to reset your terrain again. And then just do this whole method again. It's honestly really that simple. And it'll just respawn at this checkpoint, pop your thing, and get ready to suck in. Take that out of context and do not. So. Now, if some of the gold falls off, it's not really that much gold. You should be fine. The point is, this piece of clothing pulling some mining thing, it's going to significantly decrease the amount of time you spend and increase your gold gain for one of these gold runs. I'm hoping that was clear. Also, if you ever feel like you missed some, just do one of those. You should be able to gain it back real quick. And if you throw a gold thing, it doesn't actually give you gold, by the way. See, I'm close to 80,000 and have barely really done anything. I haven't even made it to the method 2 yet. That's how powerful this close is, and I didn't even realize it until now. Yeah, sometimes it may do that, a little bit annoying, but all you really have to do is just clap. I mean, if you seriously don't know how to clap, you shouldn't have been watching this video. You should probably just unsubscribe, assuming you are subscribed. My point is, if you don't know how to clap, you're probably not even at the light. You're probably not even past the tutorial. Also, if you do need to do that, feel free to. But there's not really much of a point to doing it. This is the Great Harmony, by the way. He's the final level. You should already know it by now if you actually watched all my Donkey Kong Bonanza videos. I mean, maybe there's something else, but probably not. You get the points. Let's just head to somewhere else to showcase method number 2. The one that doesn't require you just to be mindlessly sucking things. Even though that one is the best method. But let's say you actually want to challenge yourself. You want to make it feel like you've actually earned it. Then I have the perfect idea for you. We're just gonna strike this and head to Ingot Isle. If you know, you know. Now, remember the tip about the soggy cravat I gave you earlier with the lava immunity scale? That's gonna become very important later. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, this place has a ton of gold as well. I know. Why am I making a gold farm? There's some people who actually feel like their life depends on this, and I'm just gonna make it so that their life is easier. You're welcome, those people, assuming you actually exist. Also, if they ever had a DLC, give us a lion bonanza that can actually walk on spikes. Or like a giraffe bonanza that can do something. Just make it easier for spike damage. That's very annoying. Like maybe no terrain damage bonanza? Yeah, sure, go for it. Assuming Nintendo really wants to make a DLC off this game, assuming it actually profited, because it really deserves something, like a DLC or anything. Because this game was amazing, but yeah. Sorry for that little rant, I feel like I had to. But first, let's put on the soggy cravat to make this boss rush an absolute breeze. Well, first maybe we should go through the battle rush. The base battle rush, because that's also very easy. Assuming you can actually play your cards right. Now, in the battle rush, this one doesn't really matter that much. So, I'm just going to do the base Rockout Rags. But I'm also going to swap to the Soggy Cravat because that one matters a lot in the boss rush. So, Battle Rush and Boss Rush is the second option. Just going to do like a bit of a quick overview of each. If I die, I die. I'm not gonna like redo it completely. But you should be able to get the points. I've already completed both once. And I did so with not too much trouble. I mean, maybe I used like one apple juice on the boss rush, but still. It shouldn't be too much of a difficulty if you can actually play the game. Because if you can play the game, you're good. Now, this one isn't as effective, but if you actually want to have a challenge doing it, feel free to go for it. Let's just show you a little bit of a quick overview. It's not going to be a complete guide, it's just me trying to do it. You know, I said I was getting professional. Now, in theory, you can easily use the ostrich here, but I'm just not going to. This one is arguably the hardest, but not too difficult. Boom, that's first 4 down like it barely even happened. Congrats. Now you don't want to waste a single second. Not a single second. Barely completed that one. Boom, easy dub. Now I just gotta do this, so on, and... And this is the easiest part, just speed run. Now I currently don't have a bonanza, so I can take as much time as I want, but if you do have a bonanza on, just go right in, don't stop. Now, as you can see, I've already fully completed all this, but this is just another gold farming method, and I'm going to keep going without any cuts. Well, I assume so. If I do cut it, well, you'll know. Alright, now this is by far the easiest one. And this is where the gold farming part of this whole thing really starts to take place. That one was literally just Grumpy Kong. Not really much of a fight. So. Yes, you were on a 30-second time limit, but once again, not an issue. Boom. We completed the battle rush with around 7,000 gold extra. Impressive, right? The boss rush is a bit better in a way. Alright, that's 2 out of the very many methods I have. Every method's gonna be explained slightly, by the way. If I need to make cuts, I will. Just so we're clear on that. Alright, we completed the battle rush. Now it's time for the boss rush. This one is definitely not as easy. I'll give you that right now. This one requires you to essentially know how the boss already works and then add another layer on top of it. Unless you have this on. Fiery rain won't burn you and lava will be cool within 150% larger radius. That's if you have the level 3. Take note of that for what I'm about to do, because I assure you I am not hacking. Okay, so I'm gonna do something really dumb. Yeah, it basically allows me to walk in lava. There's a reason that's so important. It's because he spawns lava as his ride. So instead of waiting for that to fall down, you can just fight the boss like you did in the past. With just riding up it constantly. At the end, he'll start jumping a little bit, and maybe a bit hard. But you should still have this in the game. And you don't really have to wait for him either. It's literally just it's literally just punch to win at this point. This is by far the easiest you're ever going to do with this specific fight in the boss rush. With the Soggy Graviton, you don't really even need to think. Now, unfortunately, I haven't found as good of a closing option for the next one, but same rules should still mostly apply. Just with mainly one difference now, you're going to be using the snake and ostrich combo. Now, let me present that to you for if you don't know. It's where you do this and then this. That's the snake ostrich combo. You're going to be doing that a lot on number 2. Which is this guy. Now for the first one, you don't really even need to try. Thank you. Okay. and not just do anything I wanted it to. Thanks. So. Quite simple. Alright, now this one is actually made of concrete. Stop turning the camera! Now, if a monkey can make it through this without even receiving any poison. Alright, that was the second one. Overall, a little bit harder assuming your zebra decides to mess up, but it still shouldn't be too much of an issue. The blustering is probably the easiest out of all of these, but only if you actually, play the game right. If you don't actually use your Kong Bonanza, you have a 0% chance of doing anything. I'm telling you. I warned you. Okay. What the? Not what I want to happen. Stop. What the? Alright, this'll work. You use the Kong Bonanza here, otherwise you're not gonna win. Let me tell you that. Make sure you use your Kong Bonanza, because if you don't, then he's just gonna go into another phase that's gonna be much harder. So Kong Bonanza is actually very critical at that point. Next one, I think you need to use the elephants. Stop. Alright, that's phase one of this fight. It's gonna get a bit harder because he starts throwing out more and more muck. That's what I'm here to say. Also, he does that now. The salt is blocking the... Anyway, he may block the salt. With the salt, don't let that happen. What the? Anyway, this boss rush, once you actually get the basics of it down, it's starting to be that... I dodged a bullet with that. There's some salt over here! Right. Alright, that's the final phase of it. And congratulations, you beat the 4th out of the 5th boss fight. Or the 3rd out of the 4th, I don't even remember. The point is, you only have 1 fight left and it's probably the easiest one yet. I don't see one. Now, while this strategy doesn't net you a massive amount of gold, the next boss fight, as normal, has a literal gold-plated 4. Or just concrete. Well, it was concrete. Alright, next phase he's gonna be entirely spiked concretes. You got this. Mostly. Now, congratulations! You beat the boss rush. I showed you how to gold farm and beat a boss rush. Congrats! Now, those 3 were just, you know, some good methods. The first one is probably my #1 favorite. The second and third one were, you know, boss battle. That's if you want to like challenge your own abilities at this game. If you want to challenge your own power, those work wonders. But if you just want to do some casual gold farming, and let's say you're not exactly in endgame yet, where you have like the golden trunk ability, then that would be perfect. Let's say you have the golden trunk ability. You have everything I just showed you in this video. I have 10 hearts because Harmonial's windpipe is yeah, I still have you know, built up muscles because of that. Is it illegal for me to say that the Great Harmonial's windpipe is harder than the final boss? But anyway, let's assume you did all that. But something about just over farming the planet core just feels wrong. Like, is this what your life has turned out to be? Ingot you can always use, as it has a massive amounts of gold, without, you know, being too over the top, overpowered. Just smash one of those and you have a ton of gold flying in. Should also probably change back to that, just so I have more gold for farming one of those. By the way, I'm doing this because I actually needed the 120,000 gold thing. In case anyone's actually questioning why I'm doing this, that's why. Oh, it actually shows you the disc that you're playing outside of the actual thing? That is an amazing detail. Yo, you see it, right? Getting sidetracked. Guess I'm not professional at all. Perfect. But just smash one of these. Infinite gold. It just literally drops from the sky. Not even much of an issue. Combine this with like the golden anything ability with your Bonanza, you can turn anything to golden and give you double gold. That is very efficient. This is extremely efficient. There's not even much of an issue to it, really. Other than, well, you're over farming the gold. And what I assume to be my American audience, who gone through history class, knows what happened when gold got over-farmed and inflation happened. It did not turn out well. Now, there are some other methods that I thought I might as well show you. They're not as effective as the first one I showed at the beginning of the video. But I might as well, just because... why not? Let's just present this on the racing layer because it has my boys Diddy and Diddy and Dixie Kong. Just calling them both Diddy Kong. Alright, feel free to flame me in the comments. I deserved it. Yep, it turns everything straight to gold. I know what you're thinking. Bro, you psychopath. I am! I'm straight up tearing through this whole layer. No remorse, no nothing, just raw, unmatched might. Alright, that was method number 2. Now in theory, if you do this for very extended periods of time, it can net you a massive net worth of gold, but it's not as fast as the first one. So I'm just going to do that until I actually reach 120,000 from Grumpy Kong. Then I'm actually going to show you what he gives you. I'm probably going to cut all this from the video anyways. Actually, never mind, I found a fossil map. For one of the rare, but fossils aren't exactly my #1 priority right now, so... nah. I'm not making a whole guide on how to get every fossil in the game. I'm insane, but I'm not that insane. Not yet, anyway. Okay, we've reached our goal. Congratulations, we reached our goal. Everybody have a nice time. It wasn't even that much of a challenge. So now for the real part. Let's see what happens when I pay this man 120,000 gold. It better be good. I'm also going to put down a save before I do it in case I don't like the prize. If I don't like it, I can just not ever pay it. Same method that I used before with the apple juice technique. If I do like it, I'll definitely save one both though. Speedrun, speedrun, speedrun. Grumpy! I have an offer for you. Investment opportunity. Alright. If it absolutely sucks, then I am just resetting and never doing it. But it's gonna take forever to actually make... Oh boy. All that gold that I've obtained, just gone in a flash. Down to 2,000. Huh? Wait. They restored the whole thing from before. Yo! The very thing that was... Is that a massive Donkey Kong statue? Massive golden statue of me. It was destroyed at the very beginning of the game, in case you don't know, by the way. It was destroyed at the beginning of the game, and ever since then it's been a pain to reconstruct. Really? Prototype. Donkey Kong made of gold. It's literally me. With a banana! Best of the bunch. Can't believe they restored the entire thing. Now, it actually gives me gold. Alright, let's see what this new necktie can do. Because I very much want to know now. Okay, where do I change clothes? Is it still up there? I mean... Yeah, this is definitely worth it. She said it's a prototype, so I wonder what that'll do. Dude, I was just thinking about this last night. Like, wait, shouldn't there be an invisibility hat? Dude, we got the invisibility tie. No way. They gave us this. That is crazy, chats. Yo, we seriously became invisible by wearing this thing. Dude. Bravo to the Mario Odyssey team for including this little Easter egg in there. Yes, I had to pay 120,000 gold, but it was still worth it. I would have honestly paid 400,020 gold for that. But if it was a hat, then it would have actually made it a lot more useful. Nice. Alright, I honestly say that was a steal. Alright, chat, so today you learned how to gold farm, do the final battle rush, and gain, Grumpy Kong's special offer, the invisibility tie, and a banana of Ingot Isle that was hidden. Congratulations! Am I gonna go for the 100%? Maybe. But I'm probably not going to do it on camera. If there's anything interesting with the ending, I'll let you guys know. Like, if there's an 100% ending, I'll just record that. But, I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Amazing journey with you. To the maybe 10 viewers that are actually watching this video right now, because very early in the channel days. Make sure to subscribe if you like Marvel Rivals or Nintendo content. And I'll see you guys next time.